Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
He's got a man, complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Calvin Austin, 62 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. The offense back out here, plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Play action. Now it's Allen. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Right back to Singletary on 2nd down. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Allen. Has his man, it's Shakir. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 10. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Okay, ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score. And he loses the football a second time. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. A give up the middle to Singletary. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now receiver in motion left. Right back to Singletary on 2nd down. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 7-7, our score after 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Ready. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw again, Chavez. And his throw is incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Chavez. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. now looks to throw. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Give him 30 yards there.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
Singletary is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Singletary again. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Bills go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He finds his man Johnson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Chavez. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
And that one covering an even 63 yards in the air. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Terrell Bernard getting in there to drop him for a sack.
But that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun, Chavez. He gets it left side to Johnson. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, 3rd and 7 now.
On the jump.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Chavez to throw on 3rd down. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. back around his goal line. Here's Allen going deep for Diggs. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
When you're backed up this deep, sometimes defenses sacrifice coverage for pass rush because they know you can only go so far on your pass drop. You've got the back of the end zone. So they came after him. He took the shot downfield. He didn't connect. But, boy, that was force against force.
And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. The Bills on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Allen to throw it. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Singletary, they'll go up the middle. Ooh, the juke. 40 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. On the counter, this is Singletary. And so taking it right down Broadway. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Devin Singletary on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Chavez. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Let's go now.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Ready.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
19 Lions.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Steelers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
On the give, this is Singletary. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A final shot before half for Allen. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Allen finding Knox there, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Allen off the play fake. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They faced adversity all year long. They had a fighting claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Operating from the gun, Chavez. He's going to let this one go deep. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Jair Elam makes a pick, and the Bills are going to take over at their own 41. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
Now Allen uncorks one for Davis. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. On the handoff, it's Singletary. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 103 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Throwing now is Allen. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. Oh, what a juke into space. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Bills will move the chains.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On 1st down, Allen. This to Hines on the drop-off. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Here's Allen. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. The extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return setup here. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. That's a quarterback in for the sack, Tre'Davious White.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Chavez. And that is incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to the...
And the ball is knocked out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in the meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Singletary to get the drive started. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
121 yards rushing for him now, as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the 2nd round.
He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
On play action, Allen. Shakir hauls it in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the fourth quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, the Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
Out to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics, he's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside player.
One quarter remains for the right to survive round one here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now Cook running right, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 31 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Back to throw. Chavez. Pickens pulls it in. What a play. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. Looking to throw. Chavez. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Gregory Rousseau in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Mustang 19.
Back to throw. Chavez. Under pressure, they got him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Chavez. He'll let it fly for Austin. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Come on, come on. Hey.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it go again. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them? And do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On 2nd down, Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a 1st down.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
They run with Hines, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd down, right back to Hines. And maybe Shane's in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. That's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Tap forward by Allen on the jet sweep. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on third down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on third down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Chavez on 1st and 10. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Gregory Rousseau able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Let's go.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.